Hello everyone and welcome back to Soren Review, and today we're going to be talking about the All-Star Race slash Open. I'm going to briefly talk about the All-Star Open and then the All-Star Race. So let's get started. Of course, this weekend was the very gimmicky, very kind of just for fun All-Star Race, and it was at Texas with a very interesting format, and we sure got that. We sure got a lot of craziness for sure. Well, first, let's talk about the All-Star Open. It was 50 laps, 20, 20, and 10 laps for each stage. The first stage was caution-filled. It had like 3 cautions, but Wallace spun out. Chris Buescher spun out. Eric Jones got loose. He took himself out with Daniel Suarez. But at the end of the day, we did get a good overtime. Ross Chastain was able to beat Tyler Reddick, who led most of Stage 1. Um, so Ross Chastain was the first car to make it to the next one. Tyler Reddick basically raced or led all of Stage 2. So Tyler Reddick was the second car, and the third round, I guess I should say, was won by Eric Almirola. So good to see that team succeed. So those are the 3 cars that raced their way in, and then the car that won the fan vote was Matt DiBenedetto. Now, I have a theory that Daniel Suarez probably would have won it had he not gotten wrecked out, but oh well, that's what happens. So now let's get to the actual race, because this is where I want to spend most of the time. It consisted of 6 stages, um, and this is just kind of like how the rules went. First stage, right, went on 15 laps. We inverted it with like this deal or no deals type thing. 12 cars ended up getting inverted. Then we went to the end of stage 2. The whole field got inverted. And then at the end of stage 3, 9 cars got inverted. And then at the end of stage 4, they added up the cumulative scores. So lowest score wins. So best finish throughout all 4 rounds. That ended up being how stage 5 was set up. And stage 5 was set up by if I'm not mistaken, just finishing, like, how they finished. There also, during stage 5, there was a pit road challenge, so fastest pit road, or pit crew won. That was won by Chase Elliott. Wasn't presented very well, but I want to talk about the actual racing. So first stage was, it was fine. I'm just gonna talk about Hendrick Motorsports and Team Penske. They finished 1 through 7. So all 7 positions were by Team Penske and Hendrick Motorsports. They were the fastest cars. It was mainly Larson, Elliott, and Byron. Arguably had the best cars. Byron actually led the most laps at 30. Now every stage but the final one was won by Larson. Now, this is no in particular order. Larson, Blaney, Byron, Bowman, and Elliott. I think that's actually in order now that I think about it. But that's how it was set up. And then the final stage was won by Kyle Larson. Yes, Kyle Larson won the All-Star race. How surprising is that? He's very fast, though. I would say the racing was okay. This was a new package, 510 horsepower. Um, it created this sense of you couldn't really pull away, right? It seemed like the car in front of you was always within reach. But passing was a bit difficult, like expected. I know a lot of people complained about it on Twitter. I thought it was okay. It was not great. Um, it was better than last year's, but it was not great. So this package, do I want to see it return? No, I don't. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't like that. You can. It wasn't great. Really, the only portions of it that I really enjoyed were that last stage where you kind of had this really good battle between Larson and Keselowski and Elliott. Yes, Brad Keselowski got lucky because in stage 5 a caution came out after Newman kind of punted Chastain into the corner. And that kind of with Keselowski being on pit road, it helped him, stay up front. This was another thing. Track position was super important. I really don't know who the fastest car was. because it's probably one of the Hendrick cars. I say that though because really any car that was up front was able to hold their ground. When they inverted the whole field, cars that were running dead last before Newman, Almirola, Michael McDowell were holding their ground. Right? I think all of them finished in the top 10 in the end of that stage. So I don't really know. Finishing results, the top five was Larson, Keselowski, Elliott, Logano, and Blaney. Bowman, Byron, 6th, 7th. Almirola finishes 8th. Kyle Busch, 9th, who was actually trapped 2 laps down along with Austin Dillon at one point. Both got speeding penalties. Kyle Busch comes back, finished 9th. Austin Dillon finished 19th at the end of the day. Kurt Busch rounds out the top 10. I also forgot to mention Christopher Bell spun out like on lap 2 of the race, so well, he saved it, but NASCAR still threw the caution. Finishing results, though, were pretty normal. Denny Hamlin does finish last, however, after running more up front, he had to pit, from what I'm hearing, from a tire. But that's going to do it for this. I mean, it was not a great race. It's probably, again, you know, it's an okay Texas race. I want All-Star race back at Charlotte, but who knows when that'll happen. But that's going to do it for this video. Remember, you can use code Soren72 to get free shipping on all orders $20 or more when you order from Circle B Diecast. Lots of new diecast, 2021 diecast too, coming up. It's a great deal. Remember, code Soren72. Also, follow me on Twitter if you want, @ReviewSoren. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and goodbye.